This is the 2021 Porsche Panamera. What are we looking at here? Well, this is actually the base V6 car, 2.9 litre twin turbo V6, 330 horsepower. It's very much lightly updated here. Look at what we're looking at. We've got a strip across the back. It's the new LED strip. I quite like it actually. Generally just more of a midlife facelift really, just bring it up to date, a little bit of chassis improvement. The engines have changed. So before it was a 3 litre V6 and now it is a 2.9, which makes a bit more power and a bit more fuel efficient and a bit more economical. At the front we've got Porsche design front end, so you've got these bigger intakes basically. That means you have much more breathing for that engine. Prices start at about 300 and something thousand dirhams. I'll get the exact price in a second. There is also V8 ones in the GTS, and you can go up to the Turbo S, which is talking about 700,000 dirham starting price. The prices have actually dropped on these cars. These started about 480, but they've dropped by about 75,000 dirhams. So that's how we get this very nice looking car. I've never actually driven the Panamera on track, but to be honest, I'm quite looking forward to it. I hear good things about this car. It's only the V6. And as you watch in the video, at the time I did the video, I didn't actually know what engine it was. For the V6 to perform as well as it is, I'm quite impressed. So, next up, track time. You see me in this somewhat ridiculous getup because I'm about to start driving new Porsche Panamera on track. It is of course slightly updated for 21. It's got more power, it's got sport design front end, better chassis, blah 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 blah, wireless CarPlay, you know, all the stuff that matters. Look, this is a Panamera. It's the first time I'm going to drive this car because I actually haven't driven the Panamera before. Shazad did, and I can find the review on YouTube. But to be honest with you, I'm quite excited to see how the Panamera is. Porsche has always described it as a sport limousine. I thought it was a bit soft, but this new one is pretty good. And it's so good that it forms the basis of so many other cars. It's also the Bentley Continental. Stretched out, it becomes a Flying Spur. It is a pretty exceptional car. This one's brand new. I mean, it's got like 44 kilometers on the clock. 44 kilometers. Let's see how it does. Probably should go, shouldn't I? Yeah. Let's go out there on track. Because everybody took off without me. I was too busy presenting on camera. So let's see how we do. I presume we're going to be doing a slow lap to start with. Let's hope this can actually hold up. Nobody ever looks good in a helmet, do they? So I'm going to start off in normal mode, maybe sport. I don't actually know what car I've got here. I think it's a GTS, but I could be wrong. You know, I've just got out of a Lamborghini Urus. That thing by comparison is like a pulse pounding thing. It's certainly very tight on your ribs and kidneys and all that. Bags rolling around, it's good. Oh, a lot of body room. You know, for a big heavy limousine, we're following a Boxster, and it's, we still call them Boxsters, we call them 7-8s, sorry. Turning it, turning it, turning it, turning it, turning it. Going, a lot of weight shifting around. Put into full sport plus. Oh, the PDK is so good, this car. PDK is so good. It just, you don't need to play with the pedals. You just don't. Turn, 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 get through the corner. Bags flying around. Should probably attempt to follow the young race car driver who actually did compete for 24 hours. So I'm following proper champion driver here. I think I've got young Richie in front of me, so he's definitely pushing hard. Yeah, no sweat at all. It's crazy, this car can do the mall run and then go and do track day work. I mean, it doesn't feel like the ideal track car because you can feel the mass moving around, but holy crap. Let's give it some beans, let's give it some beans. We're going 140, 150. Keep in mind this car is 44 kilometers on the clock. She does 180. Push it, 190, 200. Pulling on the brakes, pulling on the brakes, pulling on the brakes. Ooh, brand new car. I hate doing this to a brand new car. But you know what? That's what it's for. Car's gonna get much worse treatment. Cornering speeds are good, 100 kilometers per hour cornering speeds. Steering is nice and tight and accurate. Weighty steering. Braking pretty feel free. I mean, no. Sorry, feel some is the word I was looking for. The braking is pretty solid. Power. Little too late on the braking there, but hey ho. We're pushing that Panamera as hard as we can. breakfast. It's probably going to come out in a second. Taking the wide line, tucking in. And I mentioned I don't really like track days. I'm more of an off-road guy. It's the G-forces. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, I want to be a track day driver. I'm like, do you really? The things you got to do with your neck, and I've been doing a lot of stuff on my neck to make it stronger, but even then to be a real track driver, the four-wheel drive traction just puts it out of the corner. Why are we going slowly? Oh, I think we're behind another group now. 150. It feels like a Porsche. It definitely feels like a Porsche. I should start braking slowly just to get a bit of breathing room. It's not a bad track day car, the Panamera, actually. Against all odds, the Panamera is not bad on track. You can feel that bump coming around. That's you ever had that before in a Porsche. You can feel the weight of it, but overall, it definitely feels like it can do it. Would I do it? No, I think this is a great GT car. This is a car that just eats up continents and miles. Just gets in there, punches hard, and never stops punching. Steering's nice. Steering, you can really lean on that front axle, push it that little bit harder, because the car's telling you what it's doing. There you go. Let's give it the beans. Probably our last lap without really overlooking the cars, but you know what? We're pushing. Four-wheel drive. This car's got to be four-wheel drive now. It doesn't feel rear-wheel drive tail happy at all. We're punted through. Oh, the drones are coming out. The drones are coming out. 200. I still wish it 200 yet, and I don't think I'll be able to. Oh, I did 200 just now. I'm sure the V-Box will tell me I'm lying, but yeah, brakes very strong, very strong. On the brakes, off the brakes, turning in, loosening up the steering. Don't steer too tight, they always tell me. I'm sure this isn't the most exciting. There's water coming out. That's from the windshield washers. The pressure is forcing water out of the windshield washers. We're pushing these cars. But that's what they're for. That's what these cars are for. Go for it, I think. Go for it. Brakes, I mean the tires are pretty cold, so they're not really up for a tremendous amount of pushing, but well, I'm getting loosey now. I'm a bit rusty, man. It's been a while since I've been on the track. Plus I'm presenting. It's not easy, you know, people think it's easy to drive and present. It is not easy to present and drive. Having said that, let's cool it down, I think. Cars appreciably warmer now. Let's go Sport Plus. I don't know why they have a sport mode. It's not really like it makes a big difference. I mean, I know it's for track, like light roads, so when you feel frisky on the road, you use Sport, but Sport Plus is where it's at. Absolutely where it's at. Now the tires are gripping very nice. 6,000 RPM punching out of the corner. Here we are. Cool down lap. That's it. We are done. Why is he indicating left? Sometimes think this is a rare privilege. You can take these cars out on track and hammer them, and it's kind of fun to be able to do that, you know. Take these cars and just push them really, really hard. I like that. I forget how privileged we are sometimes. That we can take these cars and really hammer them on track. I've driven so many cars here. I've driven little race cars, I've driven Lamborghinis, I've driven Ferraris. All of them have been magnificent in their own way. There's only been very few. The worst car I ever drove here was an Isuzu D-Max. Believe it or not, an Isuzu D-Max was a car I drove here on the track. Why the dickens would you take an Isuzu D-Max onto the track? Lord knows. I wouldn't say it's the most intuitive race car I've ever driven. I think it's a Porsche, it'll still do it, but I wouldn't describe it as a car that's track ready off the bat. It's more like a kind of car that can go and do a really fast mountain road and not embarrass itself. If it can handle a track day like this and feel pretty okay, then I think for the most part you're going to be okay on a fast mountain road. Certainly highways, on ramps, no issue at all. So that was my thoughts on the Panamera. Hopefully you got to see most of it and weren't just looking at the dashboard. If not, thanks for watching. This is Imthishan, Motoring Middle East, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, take care.